How about now, guys? Sound coming through? Crickets. That's why. There we go. Oh man, rookie error here. All right. Yes, thank you guys for in the chat. That's why I have a chat. I was just talking away without any sound there. Forgot to add the sound to the stream. What a rookie mistake. All right, let's start from the start. Hopefully I can trim that out in the beginning. Well, it's not like everyone heard anything, so I'll just go from here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Flat Earth School, the school that is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. Thank you for joining me here. I'm Mitchell from Australia, just a student like the rest of you, enjoying this Flat Earth School. Now, I was hoping to see a sunrise, which should be coming up right now, where that blinking dot is, the lighthouse at Point Perpendicular. In between the piece of land you can see, that is Plantation Point and Point Perpendicular, but yeah, no sunrise this morning. That's all right. Don't need it. It's going to be a great presentation. Michael Kahn, how are you, mate? One of my awesome Patreons. I was shouting you out not 5 minutes ago, going through my Patreon list. Michael Kahn has his mother this morning. Hello, Michael Kahn's mother. Thank you for being here. Great show. Lined up for everyone this morning. FE Viking, how are you, mate? Explain how. Where's Wally? Yes, Where's Wally's in here. I'm going to be shouting you out. Where's Wally? One of my patrons. Free Ballon Bear. Free Ballin' Bear, sorry. Joanna. Hey, everyone. I'm going to shout out my patrons first because you are awesome. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I really appreciate it. The link is in the description if you want to become a patron. So I've got Nancy, my newest patron. Aaron Armstrong. Where's Wally? Lumberjack. Hey, Lumberjack. Thank you for purchasing one of Nyala's books. If you joined me for a special stream last week, my special guest was Nyala, my beautiful wife. She has written and illustrated a beautiful book. It is educational for the whole family, for kids, for parents, for grandparents, for new time mums, for seventh time mums and dads. It is so educational. It is just so uplifting and positive and bright and beautiful. If you want to purchase it like Lumberjack has, ABC Pregnancy is the name of the book. It is in the description. There's a link below. Thank you, Lumberjack. Your book will be getting sent out today. My other patrons, Mokai Bohabu, Manuel Carducci, Ryan Williams, David Weiss, Victor Garcia, Dale Bourne, John Furr, Dusty Ryder, Gobbledy T, Will Brax, Ronald Jurek, BMLSB69, John Swartz, Brian Leakey, Alec One Show, Michael Kahn, who's in the chat right now, Malcolm Foster, Angie S, Dawn Judds, and Paul on the Plane. Thank you guys so much for being my awesome patrons. I really appreciate it. Yes, Wally, each and every one of you. James Mason, how are you, mate? Yes, James Mason, I have actually got a PayPal link there now. I've updated the descriptions in my videos. There is a PayPal link in the bottom of this description here. It's got a few descriptions in there, so sift through. If you want to support my work, there are a lot of ways now. You can become a member to this channel, Mitchell from Australia. You can become a patron, as I just shouted out my patrons. You can support my wife, Nyala. You can buy her book. It is well worth the read and the buy. It is an awesome book. Like that, she has sold a few books now, and each and every one of those people have come back saying, this is an amazing book. Where has this information been? So today's presentation, today's show is about measuring our world flat. There is nothing that we can do in this world that we need to account for curvature, that we need to account for a globe. Those things are just not needed. They are only existent in imagination. The globe does not exist in reality. There is no curvature. When using things like a sextant, we need a flat baseline. It does not work with curvature. Joanna says, what is the book title? It is called ABC Pregnancy. It's a book about being pregnant, about giving birth, just about things that we are not taught in school or in life. We have to go looking for this information ourselves. It took, well, I wouldn't say me. It took my wife 3 babies and about 7 or 8 years to just kind of hone in on this knowledge that she now has, and she wanted to share it with everybody. Just about the most natural thing you could imagine. Having a baby, giving birth. There is no medical terminology in it because the medical system is not needed. They try to make birth a medical emergency. And you will notice it's not that we're avoiding medical terminology, it is just not needed. You need to get back to your roots. You just need to get back to what I'm trying to do here. Flat Earth school around you. Just everything natural. Back your body, back your senses. That's what this book's all about. Just being with yourself, with your baby. Educational things that you can do for yourself. If you're pregnant, you need this book. It is such an eye-opener. It is motivation to do things, options that you never knew. Joe Mama says, I love you, Mitchell. Thank you, Joe Mama. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's get back to what the show topic is today. Measuring Earth flat. I'm going to be going through a few presentations here this morning. The first one is from Quantum Eraser. If you missed my rerun of Quantum Eraser's show last night, he did a great presentation on the Solar, the Bolivian salt plains. That's the first presentation that I'm going to give you guys here, just to show how flat things are, just to tee up what comes after that. And then we're going to go into, even if you think it's a globe, how you measure things. Spoiler alert, you have to use a flat baseline. All right, we're going to go into Quantum Eraser's presentation. I'll make that a bit bigger. It is great. All right, enjoy.
Right off the website, it's called Flat Earth Proofs.
There's a whole load of them. Once I get my web designer back from Safari, I'll go ahead and add the sextant. But I really don't need it. It's just, how would you say, icing on the cake compared to the proofs that I have in here now. We're going to go over this one because, like I said, I think this is one of the easiest ones and deadliest. There's no way around this argument. So, according to the heliocentric, sun-worshipping, spinning ball space monkey religion, every point along a tangent in every direction from your feet drops. That is vertical drop. I realize that's a bit redundant. I do that for the baltards because they can't figure out that drop is vertical, right? There's no other type of drop other than vertical drop, by the way. Duh. So,
better go unmuted. I just want to pause it there, guys. There is no other drop other than vertical drop. Yeah, when we talk about drop, when we talk about curvature, if you think you live on a globe, if you think you live on a ball, from your feet in every direction should drop away from you. Obviously, it doesn't, because that's not how we measure anything. There is no measurable, observable drop. We do not navigate that way, but just Quantum Eraser is just pointing out that that's what vertical drop is.
Drops vertical drop away from you at 8 inches per mile squared. Funny how that happens. It's the quintessential tenet of your religion. And in every statement you guys make, you just get further and further away from it. That's okay. I'll just bring it right back to you. From Borsa et al., Topography of the Solar, Bolivia, from Kinematic GPS Geophysical Journal, International Volume 172, Issue 1, pages 31 and 40. Let's see what he has to say here. Right here, just in case You're not identifying it. The salar in the Bolivian Andes is the largest salt flat on Earth. I could stop right there. Essentially. You see this? You can't have flat on a sphere, period. So as soon as they say that, yeah, I don't understand. You say, oh, you're being pedantic. Yeah, because he said flat. So it's over right there. I digress. I'm not going to stop there. Is the largest salt flat on Earth, exhibiting less than 1 meter of vertical relief. That's vertical drop. Go look up vertical relief. It's drop in elevation, just to clue you. Over an area of 9,000 squared kilometers. Longer wavelengths in the DEM digital elevation model correlate well with map gravity. Yeah. Suggesting a connection with broad-scale solar topography and the geoid hypothetical shape. Similar to that seen over the oceans. So what are they exactly saying here? Well, the solar is as flat as the oceans. That's what they're saying. Usually the arguments come up, they'll red herring fallacy the argument because they can't deal with it head on. They'll talk about this. Well, they're talking about gravity. What do you believe in? Gravity, Kiwi? And look, they said geoid. What do you think it's a geoid? No. See, this is the argument up here. Not how they got it, the information. The end product, the information. I could really care less about this. Now, these are other arguments. We can deal with that after the solar. I'll take you to the woodshed and then whip you around by your short hairs with that and your hypothetical geoid. That'll be not an issue. So this less than 1 meter vertical relief, see, that's the game right there. That's it. That's the coup de grace, because you can't have that on a sphere. That's a geometrical flat plane. Can't have that.
Less than 1 meter of vertical relief over an area of 9,000 kilometers squared. Cannot have that, a geometrical flat plane on a sphere. It just does not fit. And obviously, if you have multiple geometric flat planes, how do they fit onto the sphere? How do they all line up? How are they measured in the first instance? Let's go into that. So we've got this solar, okay? We're being told it has been measured of less than 1 meter of vertical relief over 9,000 kilometers squared. So how do they actually measure things like drop or elevation? I'm about to show you guys if I can get this screen share to work. How do we actually measure vertical drop? Because it is something that, yeah, you can measure if it was there. All right, here we go. There's nothing to do with flat Earth here. This is just how we use a total station.
Professor, I was wondering how you would find the height of this building with the total station.
Let me tell you. Nay, let me show you through narration. I'm all ears.
The first thing you're going to have to do is properly set up your total station, which you can see demonstrated in another one of our educational videos. The next step is to measure the height of the instrument and the height of your rod. You can do so using a measuring tape or a measuring stick. Once your instrument is set up, you aim the total station at the prism at the top of your rod. With this, the total station will read to you your slope distance and your angle alpha. After you achieve this, you aim your total station at the top corner of the building. It will now read to you your new angle beta. These are all the readings you need to make the calculations to determine the height of your building. The next step would be to find your horizontal distance.
horizontal distance here.
Find your horizontal distance. It is the slope distance times the cosine of alpha. The next step is to calculate the vertical distance 1. This is determined by multiplying the slope distance times the sine of alpha.
Some beautiful calculations there. All the while having a
After
nice
this,
flat
you
baseline.
need to determine the vertical distance 2. And this distance is determined by multiplying horizontal distance by the tangent of beta.
All trigonometry.
With these, you can get your building height. The height is simply vertical distance 2 minus vertical distance 1 plus
Isn't it beautiful?
the height of your rod.
Globe believers, where does curvature come into this? When using a total station, the thing demonstrated here to get heights.
That's all we have for the building height. Tune in next week for some more educational.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate how we use a total station. Set up absolutely flat. Have to use that flat baseline, the horizontal distance there, absolutely flat from the observer to the object. The flat baseline is the key here. You cannot get an angle unless you have a flat baseline. Trigonometry only works using a flat baseline. Triangulation only works having a flat baseline. Everything that we do to measure not only the topography of the Earth, but as you're going to see in a second, things in the sky. Everything needs a flat baseline. That was how we measure vertical drop. If it were there, things should be curving away from us at 8 inches per mile squared. Where do we see that, globe believers? Where do we take into account the curvature? Where do we take into account the globe? Because total stations, that is the method that we use to survey the land, which then gets converted into maps. We get asked, show your flat Earth map. And that is just a globe projection because they know they do not have a map. They do not have a map, a layout of the land, something for navigation, something that we use derived from physical reality, from measurements. The globe does not have a map that takes into account curvature. Every single map that we use for navigation, that we use for the layout of the land, for topography, for elevation, and yeah, for vertical drop, it is all measured as flat. There is a flat baseline, and there is no curvature ever measured. Globe believers, where is your globe map? Where is your curved map that takes into account curvature? Because we have every single map ever used for navigation, ever derived from the physical layout of the Earth, because it is flat. They are all flat Earth maps. And even if you think that the physical layout of the land was used to derive your presupposed spherical Earth, yes, James Mason, with a radius of 3959 miles. That's what we're going to get into in a second right here. How did Al-Biruni, that guy who supposedly figured out the radius of the Earth, how did he come to those measurements up the top of a mountain? Let's have a look, shall we?
Let's see the triangles.
I think this is kind of a mad idea that you could measure the radius of the Earth
Yeah.
with just a couple of triangles and a mountain and a bronze astrolabe. Okay, so let's say you've got the Earth like this. My circle drawing isn't, it's been a while.
That is
Absolutely.
that is of late. I'll give you that.
I mean, the scale is about to go very wrong. Okay, so say you've got a mountain here
Yep.
for the shard.
Gotcha.
Okay. Now, the center of the Earth is right about here.
Yep.
So this, I'm just going to assume the Earth is spherical for a moment here.
I'm okay with
So
that.
this is what you want, right? You want the radius of the Earth
Yep.
there. Okay. Now, if you draw yourself a nice right angle triangle here.
So this is you looking at the horizon,
Exactly.
which is tangent to the surface of the Earth.
Exactly.
Come on. They're obviously not using a nice actual square, a right angle, to draw that right angle. And did anyone catch that you have to assume that you're living on a sphere to begin with in order to do these? Now, this is how it's set up. You first believe that you're living on a sphere. You first believe and assume that you're living on a ball with a radius, because that's what you have to do if you're in an imagination land that never presents itself as curved, that only presents itself as flat. You have to believe in imagination land that you're on a sphere. Now let's continue. How are they going to derive the height of that mountain? This is where the problems start to creep in.
Exactly right. Then you can make this right angle triangle that goes through the top of that mountain.
Yep.
Now, this angle here is something that you can measure, right? It's the angle.
Oh, gotcha. So we're going to measure compared to the horizon. So looking straight out would be this direction.
Yep.
And then we're going to measure how far down to there.
Exactly.
But that's a right angle.
Yep.
So the difference will give us that little angle in there.
Yeah. Or effectively
Okay,
it gives you this angle in
Oh
here
yeah,
as well.
and yeah, because that angle there, if that was
Let's call it C. Call it C.
C,
Yeah, you're looking at
then
it.
that there is C.
Yeah, perfect.
Gotcha.
Now, this is a right angle triangle, right? So this distance here, can I have another color pen?
Yeah, sure. Let's go purple.
Beautiful. Okay, so R is what we want.
Don't you love how they keep repeating right angle triangles? Something it is not available on a curved surface.
Fine. So we want to get R. But this here is also R, up to there is R.
Yep.
And this here, let's call it H.
H.
So now you've got a right angle triangle. One side is R plus H.
Yep.
And you've got an angle that you can measure. And the other side is R. So it's really simple, right? It's just cos C equals R over R plus H.
Bit it.
We measure C.
Yep.
We need to know H.
Here it
To
comes.
give us R.
We get R.
Yeah, so we do need to know the height of the shard.
Okay.
But that's okay, because I can just look it up.
Whoa,
on,
whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Al-Biruni did not look it up. Like he used a mountain,
Yeah,
and it must have calculated the height of the mountain,
yeah.
Look at her face.
which is in your book.
Yeah, I mean, you can use triangles again to calculate the height of the mountain, but I don't want to be
We-
here all
no,
day.
No, we're doing it. We got to
Look
do
at her
that.
face.
I didn't handcraft this to look up the height on Wikipedia, right?
Okay.
So
She knows what's coming next. She did not want to go here. She wanted to just hand wave how he got the height of the mountain. This is painful. You can already see she knows what's coming. She's made this beautiful sphere. She's already presupposed that you're on a sphere. She's presupposed that there is a radius value that is obtainable. And she did not want to go to this point that he's just brung up. I swear this guy's a flat earther. Look where we're going next.
break down these triangles for us. Here we go.
All right, so you want the height, you want to work out the height of the shard as well? then?
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
We're
fine,
doing the
okay.
whole thing.
Okay, fine. All right, so here's the shard then.
I grew a beard for this and everything.
And a very impressive one it is too. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
here's the
Going
height.
old school.
This is the shard.
Yep.
This is the height that we need. H.
Yep.
Okay. We're close enough to the shard that the Earth can be flat.
Let's laugh about it. Close enough to the shard that the Earth could be flat. Just another locally flat area. Just had to throw it in there. The dirty little secret. The thing that you didn't want to bring up. Close enough to the shard that the Earth could be flat. So we need a flat baseline. That's what Al-Biruni had to do. And that's what they're detailing. This is what's in this lady's book. Yeah, this is a very mainstream YouTube channel. detailing how we got the radius of the Earth, detailing how you absolutely need a flat baseline, as if the Earth were flat. Why did they have to put that in there? Because the Earth is flat. Let's continue.
Sure.
So now,
Oh, yeah. I'm happy to assume that.
the way that you can do it
I protracted down.
is from a reasonable distance away, say here,
Yep.
we can look up
Gotcha.
at the shard, measure that angle.
Hey.
I'm going all over the place with
Yeah.
the letters here. And then we'll go a little bit further away and we'll measure it again. B. And then as long as we know this distance here, maybe we'll do like 100 meters or so.
Yep.
Let's call that D.
Call that D for distance. Yep.
Then you can use just simple trigonometry
To get the height.
to get the height of there.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go out in the streets of London.
Yeah.
I'm going to measure an angle here while you're looking it up online. Actually, I'm going to need your help with the measurement. Then I'm going to pace out D.
Have you not got a meter stick?
Can everyone see where it all falls apart? Can everyone see that diagram? Is there any curvature in that diagram right there? She did not want to go there. She did not want to detail how we get the height of the mountain that we go up to get the dip angle to the horizon. Yeah, the thing that you go up, you need to know the height of the mountain to begin with. And how do we get the height of the mountain? Well, we're close enough to the mountain, to the shard, to assume that the Earth is absolutely flat. That's how we have to do it. To get the height of something, as we went over before with the total station, you need a nice flat plane. The thing that Quantum Eraser detailed, a geometrical flat plane. You need that flat baseline with anything that you do with angles. Anything that you do in reality needs that flat baseline. Where's Wally? Do you want to address this? Why do we have to have a flat baseline in order to measure angles? Where is your curvature? Why can't we use any curvature calculations to get the height of a mountain? Arwen, hello. Michael, sorry, Adam, hello. Adam Meakin is going to be my special guest this Friday. Going to be talking about a range of things, including CBD oil, something that is so good for your body. The catalyst for a lot of things to make your body better. Among other things, I've got a super chat, Salvatore Papadillo, $5, thank you. He is also a YouTube member, really appreciate it. Thomas Larson says they might as well say the Earth is a globe because Earth is a globe. Yeah, it's pretty much where they're at now. Earth is a globe because we say it is. Don't look here. Don't look that we have to use triangles when measuring, physically measuring the heights of things like mountains, like buildings. Yeah, they're about to go up a building there. Like Al-Biruni went up a mountain, and they're going to measure an angle to the horizon. Something else that's a problem. I haven't even gone into the horizon yet. You don't even need to go into the horizon when doing measurements on a flat Earth. Our flat Earth school around us, it presents itself as flat. That's all you have to take it as. Absolutely flat and level. Yeah, I've just had 3 videos here. Quantum Eraser, just detailed. The Salar, Bolivian salt plains, salt flats, 1 meter vertical drop over 9,000 kilometers squared. Absolutely flat geometrical plane. Does not fit onto a sphere. Does not account for any curvature anywhere. How do we measure that geometrical flat plane? Using a total station. Something that I just went over needs a flat baseline. Does not take into account any curvature. Is absolutely capable of measuring a vertical dip. Something that should be present 8 inches per mile squared in every direction from your feet, from the point of the observation of the total station. If people don't know what a total station is, please look it up. It is just a theodolite. Measuring angles absolutely needs a flat baseline. That's what they said. And how, even if you do still think you're living on a globe, yeah, that is a belief because it has never been proven. There is no proof. There is no evidence for a curved surface. We have a flat surface. Even if you think you are living on a presupposed spherical Earth. How did that R value come about from Al-Biruni? Yes, he presupposed he was living on a spherical surface with an R value that was obtainable, but first he had to go up a mountain. And before he went up the mountain, these guys have just presented how you get the height of a mountain. And they put the dirty little secret in there pretty early. They're close, they said they're close enough to the shard. Al-Biruni was close enough to the mountain that it looked like a flat Earth that you have to have that flat baseline for. Not possible on a curved surface. Not possible on a globe Earth. And so where do we go from this? Where do we go after knowing that the layout of the Earth is absolutely flat? The geometry of the Earth that we reside is absolutely flat. I hope that sunrise is coming in decent resolution for you guys, because there's some beautiful crepuscular rays. Something I've gone over before. Something else that is very painful for globe believers, that they say that the rays of the sun come in absolutely parallel. Why is there crepuscular rays in our vision right here? Yeah, divergent lines away from the sun. Definitely not parallel, and that's a big problem. Go back and look at some of my videos from last week. The spotlight sun for the globe, the heliocentric sun spotlight. Big problems on the globe. But today we're talking about physically measuring the Earth as flat. Iron Horse, how are you, mate? All right, so let's go into the next. This is an awesome presentation. Whoop. All right, so this is going to be a short presentation from 10th Man, someone who doesn't want to take the credit, but absolutely is the catalyst to this current wave of flat Earth proofs. Thank you very much. Well, both Quantum Eraser and 10th Man, but 10th Man here has done the research. He has looked into how we use the sextant. He has done an awesome job. Let's hear what he has to say.
Meet invitation. Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes. All right.
Okay, so we've got I don't know,
Polaris.
it's Polaris first slide, right?
Yeah, Polaris. So here's Polaris in the sky, right? And you're on the ocean right there. Next slide will show a right angle. Polaris is directly over somewhere on the Earth. That's zenith straight line down, as you can see now. And there's your baseline, and you're here at the bottom of the picture with your sextant, and you're getting the angle to it. Next slide shows exactly what I just described with the sextant. And instead of the sun in this one, just imagine it's Polaris or any other star at any point. And this is how sextant works. It finds an angle. You can't find an angle without straight lines. You need a vertex. Next slide. Right angle. What is it? These are examples of right angles. You got a protractor and the sextant, even in their own books. This is your books, ballers, is a glorified protractor. You can see what a 90 degree is. You can see.
And all 10th Man is doing here is just repeating what is in the textbooks, what is in the navigational aids, how everyone is taught to use the stars for celestial navigation. This is not a flat Earth handbook here, although it is fast becoming one, how we're using things in the sky to physically measure the Earth as flat. It is the #1 flat Earth proof using the sextant for celestial navigation, as you were about to see from 10th Man.
Two lines that meet at a right angle are perpendicular. No escaping this.
Notice how there is no curved lines for this 90-degree right angle. How do you get a 90-degree right angle on a curved surface? Yeah, It's impossible.
Next slide. We have that imagery that I asked you to have in your mind, shown here in the picture of a navigator with his aid saying mark, and then he reads the degrees and the minutes of the sextant. But first they take down the time. They need the time as well. Next slide will show what a vertex is. Corner, a much needed corner. This is where the observer is, where the two lines meet. Following slide. In a very real sense, that's all there's to it. In principle, with globe in hand, you can go out on the deck with your sextant, measure the altitude of 3 stars, plot the GPs of those stars on the globe, subtract the altitudes you shot from 90 degrees. Pause and think for a minute if you still believe you're on the ball and a sextant can work on a curved surface.
Just another assumption. They say, like Al-Biruni said, that he is on a globe with a radius, so he can measure the radius. Just like they say these measurements are done on a globe. But then they use right angles, only achievable on a flat surface. Where is the curved line to the right angle? These triangles here. Those GP points of the stars going directly above the surface of the Earth, making a 90-degree right angle. They are all parallel to each other. There is no reciprocal angles here. Let that sink in. All those stars' GPs, yeah, vertical lines from the star, 90 degrees above the surface of the flat Earth, they're all vertical, and they are all parallel. There are no reciprocal angles here. There are no leaning angles to different stars. It does not work. That's not how celestial navigation works.
Subtract the altitudes you shot from 90 degrees to determine the size of the circle. That's the circle of equal altitude, by the way. In degrees, to draw around each of the respective GPs, geographical position, where the 3 circles intersect is your position. You all see the 90-degree box under each star. Next slide, please. Showing one circle of equal altitude. In this illustration, you are somewhere on the circle of equal altitude around the GP of the object. But where? That circle could be thousands of miles in circumference. The answer is simple. Measure the altitude of 2 more celestial bodies. Where the 3 circles of equal altitude intersect is your location on the globe. Now, is that possible? Since we just found out you need a bottom base line to be straight all the way to the GP. Can this work on the globe? No, but they have to put that in there. Next slide. You can see here from one of the navigation explanation video sites that I go to that they've got how it works with a ship. And this is already showing the dip correction because of the red line is already at the water line. And there's the star, there's the 90 degrees of the star, and there's your corner where the ship is for the zenith. The following slide, and they did this, not me, we had to laugh at it before. They showed this on that globe, which is really a picture of what I read on that other slide prior to this. It can't happen on the globe because you...
Where is that GP point going to from the celestial body? Why is it shooting off on the... Where is it going? Why is it not going 90 degrees? Because you can't have 90 degrees on a globe. This is the problem. Yeah, it should be a vertical line. Yeah, straight from the celestial body down to the surface of the Earth. If you think it's curved, how are you getting a 90-degree angle from that ship to the GP point of the celestial body and then a right angle up to it? Does not work on a globe.
You see, you can't triangulate without a baseline. This one's going out into space. It's impossible. Let that sink in for a little bit.
Let that sink in, ballers.
Let's go to the black and white old videos of how the Navy depicts how a sextant works. So here we got the navigator in his aid in full uniform. Next slide shows a star and its GP and the ship where these two are. And you could see there a 90-degree. The next one will show the sextant altitude angle to it. You see the angle there. Follow up the following page. You'll see that anywhere around that circle with that same altitude, it'll be the same distance. The next one shows the circle. So circle of equal altitude. Anywhere on the circle is the same angle. Next slide will show two stars.
And everywhere on that circle of equal altitude is absolutely flat. It has a flat baseline. It has right angles. You're getting an angle from your observer, looking out the horizon, up to the celestial body. 3 straight lines, 3 flat, straight lines. That area of equal altitude, that circle of equal altitudes is absolutely flat. That is just one observation. And how do we use these observations to get our location? You do multiple areas of equal altitude, multiple areas of absolute flat land, sky, sea, land. It is all flat, as you'll see now.
So circle of equal altitude. Anywhere on the circle, it's the same angle. Next slide will show 2 stars directly over the Earth with its GP. Of course, there's a ship in the middle somewhere. The following slide will show.
Notice how those 2 stars are parallel to each other. Those vertical lines, the 90-degree GP points, are absolutely parallel to each other. This isn't a flat Earth video here. It absolutely proves that the Earth is flat, that we need a flat Earth for this to work. But this is a quite old navigational video from the Navy, from like the 50s or 60s. They had to treat everything as flat. They had to navigate with flat baselines on a flat Earth, flat sea, flat sky, everything flat.
The sextant being used to triangulate the GPs of those stars to the ship, where the zenith and baseline give you the vertex. That's you.
With his 10th, he'd broken up. Oh no.
Floor is lava. Floor is lava. Floor is lava. Don't step in lava. I stepped in lava.
Oh man. Not only did 10th Man just drop, an ad came on. Oh well, we'll give Nathan a bit of revenue. Thanks, Nathan. Anyway, did you like that presentation from 10th Man? Sorry, Nathan, got to skip the ad. Got to get back to 10th Man.
From your logbook that you're on this part of the crossing, not the other one. And by the way, these circles could be thousands of miles of radius, and the diameter would be double that. On a flat plane. The next slide shows a similar viewing, except it shows you on the ship and then a star in the distance with a straight zenith line to the GP. And here, the following slide will show where north is. And this is how you do your azimuth. So you come with that circle drawing from north going clockwise until you hit where you sighted that star. And now you set the bearing. This is how you get your bearing with the compass, the direction. Next slide shows, all right, so where we got the bearing, we know the star is over there, but where are we actually? Because we used our dead reckoning and our assumed position to figure this out. But when we go to the Nautical Almanac, we see that our angle should be this, but it's that, meaning our best guess is off by a little bit. So you make the correction, because in the almanac, it tells you exactly, for example, if this was 50 degrees, it tells you where it should be. But you were assuming maybe from 52 degrees or something. And they say, oh, okay, since I got the bearing, I'll just move my line up a bit or move it the other way, depending what the book said. And then you know now where your fix is exactly from your assumed position because you had the bearing. And then the last slide here will show you do that with 3 stars and you get a fix. 2021. 2021, year of the sextant.
Chaos.
2021, year of the sextant. It is beautiful. Thank you, 10th Man. Awesome stuff. Love it. Now, I have put the link in the description, in the chat here, for any Glober to come and join, to come and dispute what has been presented here. We've had a bit of trolling in the chat here. Leave that image up, just in case someone wants to come and dispute this. Some people in the chat are saying, no, this is wrong. You don't need a flat baseline. Everything in this presentation has been wrong. Here's your chance, Globe Believers. Yeah, putting you on the spot. Yeah, you like to be a chat skank. You like to say that this is all wrong. Here's your chance. Share your pain. You've got about 5 or 6 minutes to come on and show us how this is wrong, that this is not being done over a flat earth. Here's your chance to come tell us how this works on a curved surface. No? No takers? Link is in the chat. Been spamming it for a few minutes here. You've definitely seen it, Globe Believers. You know who you are. You want to come in the chat and you want to say it's wrong, come live on here. I'm reasonable. I'll listen to you. I'll give you a good run. Show us how this is wrong. Show us how we do not account for everything that we see as flat. Show us how the total station doesn't need a flat baseline. Show us how Al-Biruni did not need a flat baseline to physically measure the height of the mountain. Show us how sextants do not need that flat baseline in order to achieve navigation. This is your chance, fundamentalist globe believers. The zealots, the extremists of the globe earth. This is your chance. I am here waiting. I have done my presentation. The entire time you've said no, wrong, incorrect. That's not how it's done. This is your chance, globe believers. Spamming the link. We've got somebody, Eric, is trying to join, says device is not connected. Maybe drop and join again. I can't actually add you to the stream, Eric. I was hoping for someone else in the chat there, but it doesn't look like they want to join. It's a bit too painful. You have to authenticate with YouTube, Eric. I think that's the problem here. Yeah, they're all running. Chat skanks, why don't you want to give up any spoilers? Come in right now. This is live. You're here in my chat. I've got the link. Sending it out. You want to ask me questions? Here's your chance. This is the #1 flat earth proof. Why is nobody disputing this? Eric, you have to authenticate with YouTube. Why can I not add Eric to the stream? It says devices not connected, Eric. Don't know why I cannot add Eric to the stream. Someone else try and join. Someone else click the link, see if the link is fine to join. I'm getting one person, Eric, that is trying to join that I can't get in here. Says they will need to connect their mic or cam before you can add them to the stream. So you haven't got a mic or a cam. You don't have to show your microphone or your camera. Yeah, well, you need to obviously share audio, but camera is not needed. So I think it's the microphone. You've got your microphone disabled. I can't do that on my end. It has to be on your end. Eric, I will leave it open for a little bit. Need to fix this up. someone else try to join to make sure it's not my end. Because I'm putting this challenge out there to all globe believers. Even if you're a flat earther, you can just join. Just let me know that it's working. Just say hey. Yeah, we've got 50 watching right now live. I've just done almost an hour-long presentation on how we physically measure the Earth as flat. And this is your time, globe believers, to dispute the #1 flat Earth proof. How sextants work, how total stations work, how Al-Biruni derived the height of the mountain, physically measured the height of the mountain, I should say. Yeah, link is in the description. No takers? We did have a taker, but he's not joining now. I think maybe you have to add a microphone to your device, wherever it is. Yeah, globers reject the scientific method, but then call others that correct them anti-science. Yeah, Johnny Z, absolutely right. Anti-flat earthers just like to go against our flat earth arguments. They don't like to put any evidence forward themselves. They don't like to show how we are incorrect, how we are wrong. Just give you a nice pan of the beach here. Beautiful big storm coming in. We've had so much rain in the past week. It's ridiculous. Isn't it amazing how I put the link in the chat and all the chat skanks just run away? All the globe trolls, they don't want to join and dispute the #1 flat earth proof. I'm going to leave it open for another 5 minutes. It is open to anyone to come join me right now. I'd really appreciate if someone did try to join, just to show that you can join this stream, that the link in the chat here is working, that you are able to dispute everything that I've just said here today. And I haven't even gone into one of the killer blows for the globe. When looking through the sextant, out of the horizon, are you looking in a straight line? There we go. Michael Kahn. Hey, mate.
Yeah, bro.
How are you, dude?
Can you hear me?
I can. I got you loud and clear.
I've got camera angle like this because my mum don't want to be on camera.
That's all right. Hey, Michael Kahn's mum, thank you for joining us today on Flat Earth School.
She says hello.
Yeah, I heard it. Hey, how you going? I hope you
I've
enjoyed the presentation.
because you said somebody else try it.
Yeah. I've had Eric, he was trying to join, but yeah, this is proof.
Yeah, I had the same thing. It said joined by YouTube. That's different. It never used to say that.
Yeah, you have to authenticate through YouTube. So
Yeah.
if someone gets a bit rowdy, I can actually ban them from coming back in. That is just a feature that I need when dealing with globe believers. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for being an awesome.
Yeah, I just thought I'd pop in, but Wally, where are you, mate?
Yeah, links in the chat right now. Feel
Absolutely
free to dispute.
Never a baller. Whenever it's chance to come on live, no ballers show up.
No, they love to be in the chat saying, "Nah, it's wrong," and their one chance, their chance to dispute the #1 flat Earth proof.
That's it, man. That's it.
Where
Anyway,
are they?
take care.
Thanks, Michael. See you, mate.
Right.
There's Michael Kahn, one of my awesome patrons. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Michael's mother, for watching. Got an awesome son there. Hope you're all doing okay. Much love to you guys. So, Michael Kahn proving there that the link in the chat here is working for the globe fundamentalists, the zealots, to come and dispute anything that I have said here today. This is the #1 flat Earth proof. Why are we not getting pushback? Why is there no dispute to this? Is it because they know we're right? You need a flat baseline to begin with. This is devastating for the globe. And it's very evident here. I've got some people in my chat that like to think that they're living on a globe, that like to say during this whole presentation that this is wrong. You don't need a flat baseline. It can work on a globe. Here's your chance. I'm going to leave it open. Let's give it another 3 minutes. Yeah? Or speak now, globe believers, or forever hold your peace. If you like this presentation, if you want to support my work, please sign up to Patron like Michael Kahn has done. There's a PayPal link if you just want to donate. You can buy my wife's book, ABC Pregnancy. There's a link to her website where you can buy directly. We do ship internationally. Lumberjack has bought one. We sent out today. Thank you, Lumberjack. Really appreciate it. You can join my YouTube channel. You can super chat. If you do like my work, I really appreciate the support from people like Michael Kahn. He is in every single one of my streams, just chilling, just watching the flat earth proof roll by. He knows it's flat. Great support. Thanks, Michael Kahn. Really appreciate it. Last chance, Globe Believers. If you want to come on and dispute the #1 flat earth proof, this is the reigning champion. You want to crack at the world title? Got the chat scan still in there, still saying that these things can't happen on a flat earth, that it only happens on a globe earth. Still waiting for the Globe Believers to come in and just say, hi. Where are you, Globe Believers? Why is this so painful? It is very evident that this topic here is very painful. Very little people have even... This topic has been on the table for a few months now, the sextant. Yeah, the #1 flat earth proof. Go to my channel, look at the date that I uploaded the number one flat earth proof. That's when I declared this to be the #1 flat earth proof. There were people like 10th Man, like Bon Maracer, talking about the sextant over 18 months ago, almost 2 years ago. It has been on the table for so long. Michael Cum says even his mum knows it's flat. Very smart lady. Other people in the chat, the link is there. You've got a minute now. Leaving the show going for an extra 5 minutes just to show that there's not bias here, that I am allowing Globe Believers to share their pain. But obviously it is just too painful. Explain how, says Polly, what a crack R. Yep, the R. Please come on and share your pain, Globe Believers. You've had every opportunity. You've had a good 10 minutes here. Michael Kahn has come on and shown that the link is working, that you have the opportunity to come and put me in my place, to come and show me where we're wrong here, to come and show us that the earth isn't flat. But obviously it is just too painful. Lunar Node says, yeah, you're going to need R to make a satellite work. Yeah, some people think they've measured an R value, the radius of their presupposed spherical Earth, using satellites. Those things, those lights in the sky that need orbits. First, you have to prove that an orbit exists. First, you have to prove that you have a globe beneath your feet that has an R value that is obtainable. Yeah, the black swan, the #1 globe killer, the black swan. I think it's like 21 or 22 months now. The globe has been dead. It has not been disputed, refuted, disproved. We do not have a geometric horizon. We do not have Earth curve. We have an absolute flat plane that we live upon. Last chance, Globe Believers. Been very generous. Cleary, what's up? How are you going? Flat Smack Biblical. I'll just shout out some names in chat while we're waiting an extra couple of minutes. We're waiting on you. Here we go. Christian Seifert. Add you to the screen. Hey, Christian, how are you, mate?
Great, Mitchell. How are you today?
Good. Thanks for joining me, Christian.
Loving your streams, man. They're good. Coming to you from Nebraska.
Beautiful. Love those flowers in the background.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm working today and listening to your great stream, man. Sextant is the #1 proof. You are right on.
It is undisputed. I don't know why Globe Believers don't want to come in here and dispute it. It's too painful for them. What do you reckon?
How about water? I mean, just water is proof all you need to know. It's level.
Yeah, that beautiful flat water out there that I show every day here when I go down to the beach, absolutely flat and level.
Yes, sir. Well,
love you joining the stream, mate. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. All right,
thanks, brother. The stream link is absolutely working. Thanks, Christian. Really appreciate it. Coming from Nebraska there, some beautiful flowers in the background. on the beautiful flat earth school that he dwells upon. He knows it's flat. Michael Carr knows it's flat. His mother knows it's flat. I know it's flat. My family know it's flat. Everybody watching this stream knows it is flat. Absolutely, unequivocally flat. I keep spamming the link in here. I've got 2 people that have no problem coming on and telling me that the earth is flat. They know it's flat. They know these things. Do you need a flat baseline in order to get any angle, in order to navigate using the stars, in order to measure physically the layout of the land, in order to get the heights of things like mountains to go atop? So it looks like we've got no globe believers today. We've kept the stream going for an extra, 8 minutes now. Had the link going for 15 minutes. It is so painful. This is, I've just had an hour-long presentation detailing, I've put everything on the table. This is how we know it's flat. And now I've opened it up to the globe believers. And you've seen this. Yeah, we've just had 2 people come in. The stream link works. Last chance, globe believers. They just don't want to come in. It is too painful. Isn't it telling? You put a link out, you give them the opportunity to come and dispute the #1 flat earth proof. And where are they? In the chat still, saying, nah, you're wrong. Share your pain, globe believers. All right. I think we're going to have to end the stream now. It's quite evident that this is too painful for globe believers to address. It absolutely demolishes their globe. It absolutely proves flat earth. I hope you all have enjoyed this stream today. Thank you for joining me here. Head over to Nathan Oakley 1980. I think he may have already started his flat earth debate uncut and after show stream. Head over there, give him some love, tell him I sent you. If you feel like the world turns on you, turn to Flat Earth School. It is around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I'm Mitchell from Australia. I have just detailed how we physically measure the flat earth. It is all flat. You need a flat baseline. Every angle is measured from that flat baseline. We have no objection here. I've been putting it out for the last 15 minutes. Come in and share your pain, globe believers. Still nothing. Thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for the views. Until next time, keep it flat. Tune into Flat Earth School. Get out there and see your world for what it is. Absolutely flat. Much love to everyone. Thanks, guys.